HR Basics is a series of short courses designed to highlight what you need to know about a particular human resource management topic. In today's HR Basics, we explore workplace investigations, outlining a simple process to ensure consistent and effective fact-finding in your organization. A workplace investigation is designed to find the facts and determine what happened or what is happening in a situation. An investigator for the organization has the responsibility to look beyond the simple incident or accusation and examine the situation as a whole. The initiation of an investigation is almost always the result of a report or a complaint. An individual or group has informed the organization that something is wrong. Treat every complaint as a gift. You don't like your gift? Mom still expected manners. Always thank a complainant for bringing the issue forward and being willing to describe their concerns. To best understand workplace investigations, answer two questions. Why do organizations conduct workplace investigations, and how do organizations conduct them? So, why conduct a workplace investigation? If you ask most professionals involved with workplace investigations about its purpose, the answer you'll likely hear is to find the facts. There are 5 basic tenets of workplace investigations that are worth further consideration: neutrality, fairness, documentation, proactiveness, and understanding. Workplace investigations depend on a neutral third-party approach by the investigator. Neutrality is key to a successful outcome. Simply put, those conducting the investigation must be neutral with respect to the issue at hand. Neutrals are more likely to be objective, and in being objective, they're more likely to discover the real facts. The neutral person, by definition, does not stand to lose or gain anything as a result of taking one side or another. Workplace investigations build a confidence of fairness among those who are aware of the investigation and beyond. The investigations serve as visible evidence that the organization takes employee concerns, policies, and procedures seriously. This builds a confidence of fairness among those who are aware of the investigation. An investigator who remains impartial, keeps an open mind, and respects the impact their work has on those employees involved has a profound impact on fairness of the organization. Documentation is critical to workplace investigations. Neither human beings nor organizations have infinite memory. Maintaining a consistent process, investigators should accurately and detail their notes. This includes written notes of all interviews, summary notes of evidence review and procedural issues, maintenance of electronic records including email and detailed investigation reports. Although a complaint oftentimes initiates a reactive investigation, it's important to also understand the role of workplace investigations as a proactive measure. The role of an investigation is proactive, to ensure protected class discrimination, harassment, or other policy violations are not occurring in the organization. Decisions to proactively investigate a workplace issue may stem from other known behavioral or procedural issues. An investigation provides decision makers with the information they need to know to make a decision regarding a situation. The investigation and report become a source of shared understanding for purposes of decision making. While the investigator should be neutral and separate from the decision-making process, they must provide clear and accurate information to allow for the right decisions to be made. Further, it is the role of the investigator to ensure there's mutual and agreeable understanding of the facts of the investigation. There are a number of decision points in the process of workplace investigation. Those decision points represent the process by which workplace investigations are best managed in organizations. The first 24 hours following a complaint are critical periods of time. The process of intake is decidedly different in the investigation. The intake is the process of taking in a complaint. The process of listening to and engaging a complainant will impact the quality of any investigation. Supervisors and managers are the most common participants of intake. It is helpful for those involved in the process of taking complaints in to be trained and have direction on an intake form. The intake form ensures that necessary information is collected regarding the complaint or allegation. Remember that every complaint is a gift. Your intake is all about active listening. Listen attentively to what they have to say. Close the door, turn off your phone, and get out from behind your computer. Be appropriately empathetic, acknowledging the feelings being expressed but not validating as facts. Avoid interpreting, interrupting, expressing doubt, or challenging perceptions. Express concern for the well-being of the complainant and clearly communicate what you plan to do with the complaint. Analysis of the situation or claim will aid in the decision to investigate. Organizations should establish a consistent clearinghouse process to examine complaints and determine if an investigation is appropriate. Each complaint or situation that arises will be examined to determine whether an investigation is appropriate. The threshold determination must be made as to whether a formal investigation is needed. If allegations are not particularly serious or apparently related to organizational policy, there should be consideration as to whether informal action should be taken. Some problems can be resolved quickly and informally without an investigation, and it's usually in the best interest of both the employer and the employee. The factors to be considered when deciding whether formal or informal measures should be taken include the following: whether the complaint is serious, related to a policy violation or not, whether the issue is simple or complex, whether the complaint stems from a single incident or a pattern of conduct, whether the alleged behavior is minor, moderate, or major in significance, and whether all facts necessary for resolution are known. Analysis of a complaint or workplace situation can result in the determination that a formal workplace investigation is not necessary. Although a formal process has been ruled out, there are a number of employee relations interventions that may be necessary to resolve the situation. These include employee coaching by a supervisor, performance management tactics for situations in which employees' job performance needs improvement, employee assistance program to aid employees in confidentially settling regarding work-life issues or other issues impacting their job performance, conflict management programs providing employees and work groups with the tools and resources to address workplace and interpersonal conflicts. Once the basic allegations and issues have been identified, determine whether there is a need for preliminary interim action pending completion of the investigation. Interim actions are necessary to protect the health and safety of any employee or to protect the integrity of policy, interests, and investigation. Interim actions may include paid administrative leave, temporary transfer of an employee, alternative work assignments or scheduling, and accommodations for the complainant. Investigation planning needs to be flexible. Each investigation should have a clear objective. Scope of the investigation should be determined by this objective when you're investigating and what you're not investigating. Determining who should conduct the investigation is a critical part of the planning process. A workplace investigation is only as good as the quality of the information that's gathered. The primary investigation gathering mechanism in an investigation is the interview. This is the way we find out what people have experienced, perceived, and felt. A good interview is a well-structured and purposeful, an effective process by which the investigator is attempting to ascertain facts, to assess credibility, to generate credibility and faith in the process, to create trust as appropriate, and providing those accused with the opportunity to fully respond. Finding the facts is dependent on examination of applicable evidence. Physical or electronic evidence is essential in some workplace investigations. Many sources of this evidence exist. Investigators must be creative in thinking about and identifying possible evidence, including documents, electronic records, or data that may support or refute relevant facts. Credibility assessment is perhaps one of the most difficult jobs of the investigator. As such, credibility must be assessed and documented if the investigator has been formally trained. Assessing credibility has a few phases: independent assessment of each subject's credibility after every interview, comprehensive analysis of credibility as subjects contradict or dispute others' versions of events, and independent analysis of the big picture as the investigator prepares the report. Written investigation reports should be formatted in a manner that's useful for the reader and provides sufficient information to support decision-makers' conclusions. I recommend a template used in every organization. Although variation in formatting is expected, overall report content should be consistent. A typical investigation report should explain the intent and methodology, summarize allegations, provide an analysis of evidence, address credibility assessments, and report findings of fact. Workplace investigations are conducted to find the facts and to promote fairness in the workplace. The workplace investigation model allows any organization to improve trust and realize better results in your next employee relations issue.